Hey y'all, this is Real Talk with RJ. I'm RJ. And if you'll recall on my last video, I talked about just a little bit about my journey with being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and PCOS, and kind of how I've been able to gain some victory in those areas. Weighed myself today. I dropped another 5 pounds from last week, so that's good. I'm losing on average about 4 to 5 pounds a week, and that's a result of a few things. Number one, obviously it's a result of really kicking up the healthy living, as far as really monitoring what I put in my body and making sure that it's good for me and that it's as real of a product as I can get. I'm trying my best to avoid the processed kind of foods. I'm not gonna lie and say that I 100% don't eat it at all, because sometimes I do, but I'm doing my best to stay with fresh, as best I can, organic, fresh foods, and foods that are good for you and healthy. So that's obviously been one part of it. But as a lot of you know, with PCOS, it really prevents substantial weight loss, and it causes you to gain weight out of control, no matter what you do. And then you're like, holy crap, what's happening? And so then you go on, you change your eating, you start working out and all that kind of stuff, and you see very minimal weight loss. It's disheartening, because you feel like, if you didn't know you had PCOS, you feel like you've done something wrong. And really that's not the case. It's just you have PCOS, it messes with your hormones, it messes with your metabolism, it messes with your energy levels. It's just cray-cray. All the stuff that it really messes with your body. Even your emotions, because it's a hormonal thing, as well as actual cysts inside the ovaries. It's a hormonal thing. So even when it's not that time of the month, you can be very moody, and it's something that, for me, I have to constantly be aware of. If I'm feeling like super emotional, like, okay, do I really have I have to kind of think, do I really have a reason to be feeling this emotional? Did something really terrible happen? No. Okay, so obviously this is the PCOS talking, so time to dial it back, time to regroup. I'm good, But it's just, it's really an adjustment. So yes, the weight loss has been in part to eating correctly, trying to exercise more, and obviously having the correct diagnosis, knowing what I have. And then because of my diabetes, I had to take metformin to help regulate my blood sugars. And there's something in the metformin that also helps the PCOS, because with PCOS some women with PCOS still do have periods, but for a lot of women with PCOS, it dries up like it did for me. I went like 10 or 11 months without one. And so when I started taking the metformin, that came back. So it started to kind of correct the process. But also what it does, because that metformin does something to kind of help the hormones to regulate themselves, it also helps you to lose weight. And so I've been seeing, on average, it can range anywhere from 3 to 5, but on average I've been losing about 4 to 5 pounds a week. And that's awesome. That's awesome. And it's mainly through, like I said, correct diagnosis, proper medication, but also healthy living. Because you can't just sit around and take your meds and hope that that's going to be all the work that you need to do. It's just not true. You have to really take it, you have to do your part. You can't just take your medicines. You have to work hard and eat right and exercise and embrace a healthy lifestyle. And that's what I've done. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, was some quick and easy meals that you can do if you are trying to lose weight, or if you're like me and you're type 2 diabetic and PCOS and trying to lose weight all at the same time, and you want to eat healthy, but maybe you're like me, you're single, you support yourself. I work a lot. I have 2 jobs. I have a daytime, full-time job, and then I have a job where I work a couple Saturdays a month. So, I work a lot, and so I don't always have a whole lot of time to do all the things that I want to do. I mean, I would love to have, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours to spend in the kitchen preparing these wonderful, elaborate meals, but it's just not where I'm at in my life right now, so that's not really an option. So I need things that are healthy, that are good for me, but that are also quick. So here's what I do. I think I had described before kind of what my meals look like. So for snacks, what I do is I get Nature Valley protein bars. I like the dark chocolate peanut butter because it's sweet, but it's very low in sugar. It has no carbohydrates. It's all protein. It's all like flaxseed oil. It's like fantastic stuff for you. So I get protein bars, and then also I get a box of organic, already sliced Granny Smith green apple slices in this big old box, and I make sure it's organic, and I just portion them out, and that's what I eat for a snack in between breakfast and lunch, and then in between lunch and dinner. So on those snack times, I eat usually about 8 or 9 apple slices and a protein bar for each snack. And then, so for breakfast, to make it quick, I buy the 100-calorie Yoplait Greek yogurt little cartons, and they're low in sugar, low in calorie, and they got all kinds of flavors. So I usually go grocery shopping either once a week or every other week, and I buy enough for the week. And so I'll get the yogurts that I need. And then I get the Kellogg's whole grain flatbread breakfast sandwiches. It's got like the egg, the meat, and the cheese, and then the flatbread. So it's low carbohydrates. It's complex carbohydrates. And so I buy those. And then I get the V8 little cans of the tomato-based V8 juice that's low sodium. And if you read the ingredients, it's all water and straight vegetable juice. And it's all vegetable, and 1 can is a full serving of vegetables. So for breakfast, easy, right? I got the yogurt, don't even do nothing to it. I got my can of juice, don't even do nothing to it. The only thing I gotta cook is the Kellogg's breakfast sandwich. It takes 1.5 minutes in the microwave. Who ain't got 1.5 minutes? And that's it. I drink my juice, eat my sandwich, eat my yogurt, and then I have this big, water is huge. Get yourself like a big 2-liter mug or something, and fill it up with water at the beginning of your workday, and just chug-a-lug that water all day long. It's so good for you. It helps to flush out your system. It's just, water's the best thing to drink. Okay, so then I drink water, and then I have my snack. My sliced apples, my protein bar. Now for lunch, I like to get these organic, pre-made, pre-packaged salads. It comes with the protein, like either has like grilled chicken and like the dressing and any other toppings, little cheese or whatever. It's all pre-portioned and it's all perfectly ready to go. So you don't have to worry about, am I having too much chicken? Am I having too much dressing? Like, it's perfectly portioned out for you, so that way you don't overdo it. The salad is what I eat for lunch. So, and I always try to get the salads that are, have spinach leaves and romaine lettuce and as dark green vegetables as I can find. They're so good for you. So I get an organic, pre-made, pre-portioned salad, and that's what I eat for lunch. So again, I don't have to do anything. I just pick it up, put it in my bag for work, and go to work. Easy. Okay, so I don't have to do anything, I don't have to cook anything, good to go. So where I do cook is for dinner. And even then, sometimes when I get home, I've had a long day at work, I've been dealing with customers, I've been dealing with coworkers that get on my nerves. Okay, so sometimes you can get so mentally drained that you feel physically drained and you just don't want to do anything. So if you can find about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours tops on the weekend at some point, could be late at night, early in the morning, whenever. If you can find at least an hour and a half to 2 hours on the weekend, I'm going to tell you how you can make dinner for the entire week, and it's healthy and it's quick. So, like just before I made this video, I bought organic, no antibiotics, farm-raised, thinly sliced chicken breast, boneless, skinless, and also boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Okay? So, here is how you do it. This is the best way to cook chicken. Okay? You might hear different things. They lied to you. They lied. It was a lie, Steven. Okay. Sorry. I had a Nacho Libre moment. Anyway, this is the best way to cook chicken because chicken, especially chicken breast, that meat can dry out so quick. And then it's just like you're chewing on cotton. It's just, ugh. So you gotta do it right. Now, the first thing you want to do, get yourself a nice wide skillet. Okay? Put it on the burner, turn the heat maybe medium high. Okay, start getting hot. And while that pan's getting hot, you start prepping your chicken. Now you can take pure organic coconut oil, is really good. I use organic extra virgin olive oil, which is also very good. And just drizzle a little bit. You don't need a lot. So like you line up all your chicken breast, right? And just drizzle a little bit of that oil on top. And then obviously wash your hands. And then just kind of roll the chicken around in the oil. You know, massage up the chicken, get the oil coated all over the chicken. Okay? Oh, and make sure your skillet is non-stick. Very important. So get that oil rubbed all over your chicken. Now, why do you do that? The oil helps to retain the juice, the juiciness of the chicken, and it helps to hold on whatever seasoning you sprinkle on top. Now, you may like different seasonings on your chicken. Some people like their stuff a little more spicy, so maybe you might use some cayenne pepper or some chili pepper, or whatever. I don't do a lot of spice, so, because it messes with my guts. That's a whole different video. Trust me, we don't want to make that video talking about how spicy food messes up my guts. But, so I take like garlic powder, onion powder. Again, I'm trying to do a low sodium as well as low calorie, low fat, low sugar, low carb. So, but I still want flavor. That's the thing. You can cook low sodium, low fat, low calorie, etc., and still get flavor out of your food. So I put, onion powder, garlic powder, what else did I put? Black pepper, and I like Mrs. Dash, salt-free garlic and herb. It's perfect. Sprinkle all that, okay? Then, again, take your hands and rub all that seasoning into your chicken. And kind of roll it around, and then season it again, because you know how you season like the front, and then you season the top? Okay, well this, you're just doing it all at the same time. So you're getting the front and the back of the chicken all at the same time. So you do the oil, roll it, seasoning, roll it, more seasoning, roll it again. Now it's good to go. By that time, your pan should be hot. So you take each piece, lay it down. That's the sound you want to hear. Why? Because you want to sear, it's called searing, you want to sear both sides of the chicken. And this applies for the breast or the thigh, okay? You want to sear. Why? Because when you get a good hard sear on both sides, it helps to hold in the juices of the chicken. So, you sear it, you put it on your one side, and you can kind of tell. You can smell it. You can kind of tell. So you let it get seared for like about a minute, and it's just then you flip each piece, get that sear again. Okay, then you kind of peek at it and see, okay, now it's getting a good sear. You flip it over again. So you're flipping it 3 times. Well, twice. You put it in, you flip after one sear, you let the next side get seared good, and then you flip it back to the original side. Then you can take a white cooking wine, or just regular wine, a red wine vinegar. I like to use either a red wine vinegar or sometimes just apple cider vinegar, and you do what's called deglazing the pan. You just pour a little bit in while it's still good and piping hot. So you pour that liquid in, and it kind of starts to bubble a little bit. Perfect. When it gets to that bubble, you turn it down on low or simmer and cover it. And then you let it sit there for chicken breast. Maybe you let it sit there about 3-4 minutes, because chicken breast cook fast. Thighs take longer to cook, so that one you might want to let it sit. Same process, you just might want to let it sit there simmering for maybe like 7, 8, 9, closer to 10 minutes, because like I said, it does take longer to cook. So you make 2 big pans of chicken breast and chicken thighs. Boom! You got your protein for the whole week. You can do all kinds of different stuff. You can take the breast and chop it up and make it into a chicken salad. Add a little Miracle Whip or mayo, a little relish or celery, whatever. Make it a chicken salad and put it over a bed of lettuce. Or you can just eat the chicken, make yourself some whole grain or wild rice, or make yourself a whole wheat pasta and throw a little marinara sauce and throw that chicken on there. Or you can get yourself those steam in a bag veggies. I use those. Steam in a bag vegetable, you pop it in the microwave. Your chicken's already done because you did it on the weekend. Put it in your Tupperware, keep it cold, and then just pull it out and heat it up in the microwave. Boom! And that whole process to cook all that chicken, maybe an hour, if that. That's the best way to cook chicken if you just want to do chicken by itself because you want to be able to do different things with it, not just one thing. Perfect. And then you just heat up your vegetables in your steam in a bag, or make your rice or whatever. Boom. There you go. There's your dinner for the whole entire week. Or you can make, I also did today, I made homemade chili in my pressure cooker. My pressure cooker has a slow cooker or crock pot type setting on it. Put my ground beef in there, put onions, my beans, my tomatoes, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a little bit of Splenda brown sugar mix, all my different seasonings, stir it up, pop that lid on it, 2 hours later, done, and I didn't have to do nothing to it, except pour everything in there and turn it on. And that, you can pop that in your slow cooker, turn it on, go run your errands, go watch a movie, go hang out with your friends, and come back, and it's there ready to go for you. And then all you gotta do is just make sure the ingredients that you're putting in there is healthy. Like if I do ground beef, which I don't a lot, but if I choose a red meat, it's always gotta be lean. I either get 97.3 or at the highest level of fat, I do the 80-20 of ground chuck. So you just pay attention. When I get the canned tomatoes, no salt added. It's not that difficult. Everybody just makes it a little more difficult than it is. So that's just a little lesson on how you can cook some chicken for the week, but you can do that with different proteins. Like, let's say, one night you want to have fish or salmon or tuna or whatever. Just do something simple. Put a little seasoning, a little olive oil, pop it in the oven, bake it, or sear it in a pan, and then let it simmer. Put it in Tupperware, reheat it. You can reheat it in the oven, or a convection oven, like a toaster oven, or you could reheat in a microwave. It's good to go. And for people like me, it's helpful because we're so busy and run around all the time. So I just wanted to give you those tips, some things that you can eat and some things that you can do to make it a little easier for you to eat healthy and to really make a difference. Alright, so that's all I had for you this time, just some cooking tips and some ways that you can make your busy life a little bit easier for you. And that's all I got for you. So this has been Real Talk with RJ, the healthy food cooking edition. One day I'm going to do an actual cooking video and show you how I make different things. You can kind of, because I can describe it, but sometimes it's better to visualize what it is that I'm doing. So one day I'll do that when I get some more video equipment. Alright, so have a good one. God bless. And remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, be kind, be respectful to everyone, and Jesus is the answer. God bless.